Hello and welcome to Simple Stack's channel. I'm Andrew Dodds, and today we're going to be taking a look at how you can log email into your Airtable automatically through a new automation that Airtable recently released. I've also got an AI Easter egg for you in here, a quick trick that will help you summarize your emails quickly. And so if that sounds interesting to you, let's jump into it and build it. Okay, so I am over here in my Airtable, and we're in the automations section here. And so you'll see we now have access to this trigger that's called when email is received. And automations are broken up into triggers and actions. So in this case, we have the ability to trigger a series of actions when an email is received. Now, what happens when you create this automation is you get a unique inbound email address. So each automation that you would create, so if I went and created another one, I would get a different unique email address. You have the ability to give this email a prefix so that if you're using several, it can help you keep track of them when you're just looking at the URL. So if this was for our CRM, for instance, I could type in CRM and you'll see that it will add a little CRM prefix here. Okay. And what this allows you to do is to essentially copy this email, okay? And you can then drop that into and send an email to that email. Now you might be thinking, does this mean that I would always have to manually send to this email? And no, that's not necessarily the case. You could handle forwarding rules and filter rules and things like that to automatically send to this email by configuring that within your email provider, okay? And you can do that within the settings. If a tutorial on that would be helpful, I'm happy to go through that. But for now, we're gonna focus just on the functionality here and how to use it, okay? So to manually do this, you would simply, I'll just click back into that. You would simply drop in that email. And let's imagine that there was a subject such as project update. Okay, so we're gonna come back to this in a second. We'll go ahead and send that in a second, and I'll show you just how we're going to receive this information and what we're gonna do. So when we receive the information, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, hey, go ahead and put the subject in the subject and the body in the body. So I've got a table here, just a single table. It's called emails. And the emails table has 3 fields. So one is a subject field, one is the body field. So those are going to come from that email that we send. And then we also have an AI summary field. And I've configured this as a long text field. We're going to generate values with the AI, and we're going to say, hey, just summarize the email body. And then we reference that body field. And the way that you do that is you can hit the curly bracket and all of the fields in your table come up, and you can go ahead and insert that as a dynamic piece of text. And so that will change depending on what's in the body field for each of those records, right? Allowing you to summarize that information effortlessly. Okay, so we're going to keep the existing data. We'll go ahead and just click on continue. And you can choose to have it summarize automatically or at the push of the button. I have it chosen to summarize automatically, okay? So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is send this email into the system. And then we'll come back over to our automation and go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and just test the trigger. Okay. So when you're testing in automations, you can use this side panel in order to see the information that comes through. So you'll see we have project progress. And if we click into the body, we can see all of the information that came through on this email, okay? As well as attachments if those came through when we received it, all of that good information. Now we're gonna use this information and we're gonna write it and create a record. So as an action step, there's a lot of different actions that you can choose, but we're going to choose this create record step that I've already set up here. And when you click into these different fields on our table, remember I showed you those columns we had. We can reference the information from the email that was received. So you'll see we've got project progress as the subject. If we look at the body, we've got the body. Hi, sir, I hope you're doing well, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And so we're going to run a test as configured. And so you'll see what's happened here is we have created a record in this emails table. And this record has the subject. This has the body of the email. So you can see that this came through. Looks good. And then we've also done a summary based on the body of the email on what the email was about. Okay. So this is a really easy way to log emails, and you could either send it or forward it manually, or again, like I was mentioning earlier, you could set it up via settings and filters. Okay. And just to give you an idea, I'll jump over here to settings really quick. Let's do that. Here we go. So you can see that. And forwarding and pop IMAP is where you would do this in Gmail. And so you can add a forwarding address and create a filter as part of that. Now this is where you would paste that pre-configured email, and then you could create a filter for when it would be sent. So say it's coming from a specific person or has the words about sales or project updates, then it would only forward that information along to that address if it contained that information. So this was a quick video today, and hopefully you found it helpful. If you'd like help setting up your own automations and Airtable bases, feel free to reach out to us at SimpleStack, and I will see you in the next video.